Hello, let's take a look at SmileFest2025 Tokyo, which took place last weekend. There is an Osaka event next week, not sure if there's going to be more stuff, but we'll see. In this video, we'll mainly take a look at some Figma, Nendo's, model kits, and whatever else there is. I'll also try to supplement some extra pictures from random socials where I can. I actually messed up this part here, so I'm just going to record over it, so do let me know down below what your top picks are. Don't worry too much because there is a little bit of time until all these figures come out, so we do have a bit of time to save. First up, we got Racing Miku 2025 Figma version. She's got a, I don't know what's happening here, she's got kind of like little Squid Game mascots and like a giant hammer. Design looks pretty cute, pretty good as usual. Probably will be a while until this one releases because at the time of recording, the 2024 Miku still hasn't come out yet. So when you'll actually get this one and have to pay for it, that'll be probably like late 2026 from the usual pattern. So that is there for later on. Otherwise, we got Figma Takane Lui from Hololive. I know nothing about her, if I'm being honest. However, I do really like her design. Maybe it's like the red, black and white for me. Yeah, looks like a pretty cool design. If you know something about her, please comment down below. Otherwise, this one will probably be one that I will strongly consider picking up, depending on, you know, what she comes with and price and stuff like that. It is quite interesting seeing how she has, or seems to have, double-jointed elbows there. I'm still not really sure how they decide who gets the double-jointed elbows or knees and stuff like that, but yeah, overall, pretty cool design. I'll be keeping an eye out for this one. There's a closer look at some actual pictures from the event, just so that we can kind of get an idea of what she looks like. So I think everything, you know, the sculpt, painting, and details and things look quite nice. Hopefully it won't have like fragile bits like the tie and the whip and things like that, but otherwise I think overall she looks pretty nice. Of course, we have some more Hololive stuff. We got Shirakami Fubuki. I've seen her around. Once again, I don't really know anything about her, unfortunately. Am I correct in saying that this one is more popular than the other one? Maybe? Yeah, otherwise, looks pretty good. Looks like she has different elbows from the one we just took a look at, which is strange because it's very similar sleeves, but I don't know what Figma's doing. But this is there for you if you are a fan of these ladies. Some actual pictures from the event. Now, of course, one of my personal picks and favorite characters of Blue Archive, we are getting a Figma Aru Rikuhachima, who I do have a Nendo of, and I haven't reviewed, unfortunately. But anyway, it is very cool that we are getting a Figma version of her. It's kind of funny because I think I've recorded the review, I just never bothered to put it together. And I was saying, like, it would be nice if we got, like, a Figma version, and I guess here we go. Interested and curious to see how they will be doing her coat. I assume it will be removable, hopefully. But I don't know if the articulation will be a little bit limited here because of like the hair and stuff like that, but I'm sure they'll figure it out, hopefully. Do expect a review of this one when it eventually comes out. Along the same lines, we have Not Miku from Nikkei. So this is Privity, one of my favorite characters as well from Nikkei, so guaranteed pickup from me, expect a review. Yeah, not much to say. I'm glad that she got her original outfit instead of like the Maid outfit. As nice as that one is, like I don't know, I kind of prefer the actual gun girl aesthetic, so very cool we are getting this one. I don't actually know what the thing is behind her is. It's like a shield, I assume. And she actually has a lot of like accessories and stuff, doesn't she? She has like, what, her normal rifle, and then she has like, is that a rifle or an SMG? And then she has like a little pistol and stuff. So I'm wondering whether we get all of that or whether she's gonna be like slimmed, trimmed down. I was gonna say stripped down, but anyway. For the Fate Enjoyers, we have Berserker Morgan. So during the live stream, from what I understand, she is quite possessive, shall I say. So when she's like summoned, she like claims you as her husband or wife or whatever, right? So from what I understand, quite a popular character, so very nice to see the Fate fans getting some love as well. Hopefully this figure is better than the CL Figma. I understand that is not Fate, however, you know, I kind of relate them. So yeah, I guess we'll have to see about this one. Although in saying that, you know, I guess the caster Figma does look quite good, so I guess going from that as well, this should be okay, right? Finally, we do have some prototypes to look at instead of just images. This is Oh My God Kawaii Angel from Needy Streamer Overload. I see her a lot, although I've never played the game and don't really know anything about her. This is the avatar of the streamer, if I'm not mistaken. I think she looks good. She kind of just looks like how she's meant to. Yeah, hopefully like her, what do you call these, twin tails, right? Hopefully they're not too fragile. So yeah, nothing too much to say about this design. I think it's nice and simple, the choices they went with, like the sculpting and everything. Nice and clean, nice and simple. If you like the character, then there you go. Just some close-ups here of what she looked like at the event. Nice and glossy. Nothing too much to comment on. I think, you know, standard Figma face looks pretty good. Let me see if I can find, because I know there are pictures somewhere. I know I've don't ask why I have that bookmarked. Let me just no judgment, thanks. Bookmarked for scholarly purposes, absolutely. We got Freerun from Freerun, Beyond Journey's End, of course. Very interesting to see how this will turn out and what kind of stuff she comes with. I guess with Freerun getting Season 2 next year, early 2026, I believe. I guess it's a good time for the, you know, for more figures to come out. Of course, they'd have to do Freerun. I was a little bit worried about her cape not moving, however there are some pictures on socials like of the actual, what am I trying to say? So we can see here the hair, I guess, obviously moves. There is a tiny bit of a cut in her, what do you call it, cloak kind of thing, so I assume that will be articulated as well, so yeah, hopefully this one turns out good. If we kind of want to compare the Figma Freerun to the SHF Freerun, I think the Figma one will of course look a little bit more premium with the gold trim and stuff like that, as opposed to just like dull yellow on the SHF, which I do have a review for if you are interested in that. Maybe she'll get like a skirt swap or something, not quite sure, but yeah, let's see how we go here. Speaking of Freerun, we also get Himmel, of course. Well, not of course, I kind of would prefer one of the ladies, you know, like Ubel or something, but it is what it is, I suppose. You know, this is, he is kind of like one of the driving forces for the story, right? There's a lot of flashbacks and stuff with him. Even though he is dead, you know, spoilers, you should know that by now, right? But otherwise, you know, he's got the simple kind of cloth cloak, which is, I guess, the way to go here. Not much else to say, you know, I'm not an expert on dudes. But it does kind of look like his sword will just go right into the sheath, which is nice. Otherwise, articulation, I guess it'll be okay. He's got like the torso, he's got the abs. Can't really see if he has double jointed elbows. Let's just assume he does, because he is more of like an action-y kind of guy. He's got the double jointed knees, right? So let's see how this one goes. I guess overall he looks okay as well. Alright, we got another one of my top picks, or rather personal picks. This is of course Marin Kitagawa from My Dress Up Darling. I think she looks pretty good. She looks exactly like I remember her to look. You could argue this is kind of like a generic design, kind of safe choice, but you know, what are you actually gonna do, right? It's just like a schoolgirl and it looks like how she should. If we want to kind of be a little bit more picky, I would say the details are quite nice. She's got her choker, you know, I guess Figma, standard Figma face, looks quite nice. You can see a little bit that she does have her earrings and like some rings and bracelets and painted nails if you look very carefully there. So yeah, simple design, although with, what am I trying to say? Simple sculpt and design in the figure, but like with her actual design in like the anime and manga, there's not much else you can do, right? So I think it's done well here, looks good. I will probably pick this one up with a 69% chance. For the Gridman fans, we have two figures. First of all, we have Akane Shinjo New Order. I speak as though I know what these are from, but I don't actually. Yeah, if this is something that you are interested, looks interesting. We do also have another Rika Takarada. So this is interesting because she recently got a re-release for her other version, which I'll put on the screen if I remember. In a very slightly different outfit, but I guess there is some significance to this one, so yeah, I look forward to this one too, I suppose. There are also like model kits and a hyperbody of Rika as well, if you are interested. I'll have some links below as well. We're gonna wrap up the Figma with some dudes. I assume these are dudes. This is Gaiva Gigantic, Bio Booster Armor Gaiva. There you go. From what I understand, the Gaiva figures are pretty popular. I usually see them go for quite a pretty penny on the aftermarket, so if this is of interest to you, then I guess, you know, keep an eye on it. Of course, I'll try to mention it when it is released as well. Along the same lines, we have Gigantic Dark as well. This is just a, I guess, grayscale prototype. I doubt he actually looks like that. It is a very close crop, so maybe it's like one of those really big Figmas, so that's pretty cool. Let's see how this one goes. The third and final Gaiva of the bunch, we have Gaiva 3 Ultimate Edition. I honestly don't really know the differences between these ones, but yeah, somebody please tell me what color this guy is. Otherwise, pretty cool. Okay, so that Gaiva, or rather both those Gaivas, are actually quite gigantic. Who'd have thought? To wrap things up, finally we have Senshi from Delicious in Dungeon to, I suppose, complete the cast. I would say he looks pretty good. He looks, I guess, exactly like he does in the anime, so I assume he'll just come with like a whole bunch of food and cooking accessories and stuff like that, which is pretty exciting to see. So here is the whole cast all together, including cat, boy, girl. What gender are they? But looks pretty good. They're all Figma except for this one, which is a Reveltech. So it is pretty cool to see that there is a nice variety of Figma. For me personally, I am quite happy with what's being announced in that, you know, I get Aru from Blue Archive, I get Privity from Nikkei, there's a cool looking Hololive girl, and a bunch of other stuff to consider, and I better start saving. Just kidding, we're not done with the Figma yet. So this is just a little, I guess, summary of everything else. So of course we do have at the top there, Modernia Second Affection from Nikkei. Very much looking forward to that one. She was probably announced like a few months ago, so maybe we'll be getting either a prototype or a pre-order release soon, TM, hopefully. Otherwise, at the bottom there, of course, we have Hoshino, I believe her name is, from Blue Archive. I believe she is quite popular as well, and what am I trying to say? Popular as well, and perhaps she will be getting a release soon as well. Otherwise, at the bottom right there, we have a bunny suit planning girl who has an absolutely amazing design, and also, actually, we do have a prototype grayscale of her, which is pretty cool to see. We do also have these two extra random Figma dudes who I just happened to find on the socials. There's this guy, and there is this guy. Isn't that interesting? And here they are together. Oh boy, that is a lot of Nendos. We'll probably just gloss over these just because there's way too many. I will leave this site linked in the description if you want to check it out yourself, along with some other stuff you might want to consider grabbing as well. So at the top there, we got two cafe Mikus in kind of alternate colors, so the black and whites are just swapped around. There's a Miku with You 2024 version, pretty cute in a spacesuit there. Let's take a look at this one. Otherwise, we got Nendo Toki from Blue Archive. We got Kayoko Onikata, also from Blue Archive, very nice. Personal pick, of course, and one that you can expect a review of, Nendo Scarlet. We have a bloody lot of Scarlets now, don't we? Although I'm not complaining. My wallet might be. Otherwise, we got a bunch of randoms. We got Ada Wong, we got Bocchi, we got Creepy Girl, we got a bunch of others. Furry, wow. More Miku and friends, even more Miku. We got a big Saber apparently. We got Joey Wheeler. You got that damn creepy face. It's pretty funny actually. Killer Kill Girls. More Marin Kitagawa and friends and buddies and a whole bunch of Bunny Castoria. Very cute. Otherwise, Maid Miyako Kujo. Don't know who that is, unfortunately. We got Lily, we got Eve from Stellar Blade, which I really should get back into playing. We got 3 more Blue Archive girls, I believe. That is a lot of Blue Archive. And finally, we got 2 Nikkei girls. Holy crap, another Scarlet. That is crazy. Guess I'm ordering 3 more Nendos. For model kits, hopefully, what am I trying to say? Thankfully, rather, we don't have too much stuff. You ever seen model kit paper trash balls? We got a Racing Miku 2013 version in Reincarnation. So this is a model kit statue, I guess, because she is listed in model kit, but I don't see any joints, so that is quite interesting. Then we also have Hatsune Miku Chuocho Tactical Craft version. This is a Plummeteer model kit. Looks quite stylized, looks quite interesting actually. I actually quite like the design. Although model kit, unfortunately, but if you are interested in something like this, then just know that it does exist. Here are some pictures of her from the event. Looks pretty nice. Looks pretty good, actually. Like, don't mind the picture quality, but otherwise I think she looks pretty cool. Saber Lily Avalon, also another reincarnation model kit statue. Shimikaze from Kankol, similar as well, or rather, same line. Plummeteer Reslin Stout, looking very nice, as thick as she usually is. Nendoroid Luxion, Nendoroid Bradion, Mai Tokiwa from My Hime Plummeteer. She's got some interesting ring bits, although I obviously don't know who this is. We got definitely not Ankval, Jinro the Wolf Brigade. From what I understand, this guy is pretty popular, so do keep your eyes on this one. Of course, due to his popularity, I will of course be mentioning him when he does actually release. So I guess it depends whether you like model kits and stuff like that, although, you know, pretty cool design. Quite interested to see more about this guy. Here are some actual pictures from the event, of course. You can actually see the details, which is pretty cool. A nice close-up shot as well. But yeah, I guess you can get excited for this one. Otherwise, we got 2 more Sophia F. Schering Bunny Girls. Actual Bunny Girl Plamax. And a bike riding version, also Plamax. I guess you gotta build the bike as well. Otherwise, we got Plummeteer Lisa Caster, Valkyrie Toon. Also, unfortunately, don't know where this is from. Although, looks pretty good. We got the, apparently my favorite aesthetic, the black, white, and red. And she plays the guitar. Iris Bruckner, also Valkyrie Toon, Plummeteer. She's what, a trumpet player? I can't actually tell what that is. But a very interesting design, pretty cool. Maidroid Raquel, Guilty Princess Plamax. She's a raccoon with a hammer. Plummeteer Muse Body Ichika C type. I assume there are A and B types, which I will try to find and put on the screen if I remember. But looks like just the base body, so that's interesting, good I guess. So more options is always nice, isn't it? Here we have the Plummeteer ABC girls to keep an eye out for. This is what B looks like. This is what A looks like. and of course the newly announced C. There is also a Cutie Honey Plamax model kit, looking very nice. Really pops with the colors and stuff. I don't know what I'm saying. She just looks good. You gotta agree with that, right? This is a night color version aesthetic kind of thing, I think. Also looks pretty good. I really gotta try and find the picture of that tiger thing. I have it somewhere. I don't think this is the same picture, but it still gives you an idea of how it looks in person, right? This is obviously not an action figure, but this Cinderella looks insane. The shading on the hair looks really nice to me. I don't care if it's not that accurate to the in-game, you know, maybe it's like not as blue, but especially in this first picture, I think it's really doing her justice. Just a brief look at the scale figures. There is way too much stuff. There's some Mikus, there's some Hololive girlies, there's some gacha girlies, of course. Very nice. So we're getting it'd be really cool if there was a Shiroko Terra articulated figure, is what I'm trying to say. That'd be hopefully, maybe in future. Bunch of other Blue Archive girlies. We got Saber there. We got a bunch of other randos. We got a whole bunch of Azulane stuff, which is very nice. Nikkei stuff, for me personally, even nicer. Although won't be picking up any of that because space is very much an issue. Anti and stocking, if anyone is interested in that. Otherwise, a bunch of random anime stuff, bunch of, yeah, there's not too much there, right? And then just a little glance at the pop-up parade stuff, just in case you see anything you like, something for you to keep an eye out on, perhaps. Oh dear, I almost forgot about the other stuff. That would have been very embarrassing, wouldn't it? That would have been very awkward. Alright, so we got Hyperbody Alice Wonderland bunny version from Nikkei, of course. Very nice. We got a very Snail Shell-esque sculpt. Not much else to say here. Obviously, I'm going to be picking up this one, so expect a review, of course. Along the same lines, or rather literally the same lines, we got Hyperbody Viper Toxic Rabbit. Very much looking forward to this one as well. Although you could argue that her front fringe is a little bit funny looking, doesn't really look like the art, but you know what? Doesn't matter too much. It is just a prototype after all. There is a chance they might change it a little bit afterwards. Here are some pictures from the event, looking very nice. Can't wait till we have them painted up and ready to go, and hopefully doesn't take too long. Here's a look at Viper. Very nice. Speaking of Hyperbody, we also have some actual pictures of the Hyperbody Cinderella. Looks very nice. I think looks a lot better than the promo pictures. I don't quite know what it is. Even with like kind of mid-lighting, I think she looks pretty good, so I'm very excited for when she eventually comes out a year later. This is a little video by HobbyLink Japan, which I also do have affiliate links for, so you can actually grab this right in the description, depending on when you're watching, of course. This is Commando Belka from the Bunny Rapid Action Squad by Sushing, of course. She is the third one to release in the line. Looks, I guess, very nice. This is not much else to say, you know. Bunny girl, pink hair. Very cute. What more is there to say? Speaking of Bunny Rapid Action Squad, of course, this is Sniper Leoni, the first one to release on the line, who should be releasing soon, I believe next month, so July 2025. I will, of course, be doing a review for her soon/later TM. There is also Guardian Erina, who is the shielder of the group, of course. She has a bunch of axes and things. She is the second to release. What was that? Comes out November, I guess. And depending on when you're watching, you can still order them from the links below. And here she is, Belka, was it? So she comes with a whole bunch of guns, which is pretty cool because it's nice to have more accessories, right? Although I do believe that most of their weapons and maybe like the stand, you do have to build it. Although the girls themselves, they will be just finished figures, which is nice. For completeness, here's the other girl in the line, the attacker. She has like a drone and dual wield swords, I believe, which this picture doesn't show. That's lovely. Here it is. After some digging, found the photo from a while ago. So she comes with a rocket launcher, a little drone, and 2 swords. Very nice. In terms of new stuff, we have Zombie Grisa, who is currently up for order on Bombaspy until June 22nd. I'll have that linked below. We got some very high definition pictures here, very nice. So this is a limited order, which means essentially it will just be up for 1 day otherwise on Army. The date for that will be, I believe, June 21st, 9 AM to June 22nd, 10 PM Japan time. So to make sure that you don't forget or miss out, if this is something of interest to you, then do consider ordering from my link down below. So just as a note, this is what she comes with. Pretty much the same stuff as regular Grisa, however, slightly different faceplates, if you can see it there. She does come with 2 extra little bendy wire bandage things, which you can just shape to like different weapons and stuff. In addition, we have a human muscle 1/12 model by Keep Going Studio. Articulation looks pretty good, you know, it's just kind of your base body type thing. So yeah, this comes in red and black. I think there's some pictures afterwards of the black, or rather a grey model, I should say. So yeah, these will be linked below as well if you are interested. Finally, for the furry enjoyers, don't worry, I got you too. This is Lado Toys' tease of their 2nd figure in the line, which I believe they are calling Mystic Land. This is what, a tabby cat, I believe? Essentially, Laya is saying, did I do a good job? And then she's saying, yay, you did fine, now let me come on an adventure with you, yay, that kind of thing. So of course there is plenty to look forward to. Do let me know what your top picks are, and thanks for watching, I'll see you again next time.